Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining me here on Gnomoria. This is TH Pharmacist, and we're going to get into another little episode of our Let's Play here. So, last we left, we had our little gnomes set up to get rid of all the ramps around here, put up some walls, finish tilling our fields, and keep on cutting those logs. Now, I want to show you something I've come up with here as far as taking care of who's doing what. Now, previously we had everybody assigned into a specific profession based on their competencies and whatnot. Well, I've decided for the beginning of the game, we're going to basically lump people into two different groups. You're either a gatherer or a crafter. Gatherers are going to have mining, stone cutting, chop down trees, take care of the farms, take care of the animals. Then everybody's going to have medic and caretaking, and they're also going to do hauling. Now, crafter, on the other hand, still going to do hauling. They're going to do the building. They're going to cook food, make beer and wine. Going to do all the butchery. You know, we'll give them husbandry too, just because it's a very small need. That way, anybody who has to tend any yaks that need tended will get tended by somebody. They're going to do the more advanced technological stuff, also do the crafting, the weaving. I've never done anything with gems, but I've got them listed on that. They're going to be the ones working the forges, doing the blacksmithing. And then, so basically everything except wood cutting and mining. They also don't have horticulture on there or farming. So I've kind of divided everybody up. Just picked some of the people with the more techno skills and put them on the crafter. We do have a little bit of work we need to do before everybody passes out from exhaustion here. Problem being, we haven't given them anywhere to sleep. So we're going to go inside our little cavern. We're going to designate an area. Well, that's not really ideal. Alright, let's do this. We'll do mining. Mine out just a little section right there. Hopefully that gets done quickly. Cool, there's our intrepid miner. Oh, really? You leave one block for somebody else? Okay. So we're going to pause it. I'm going to use F to flatten the land so I can kind of see a little better what we're doing. Now I'm going to designate this area as a dormitory. So we talked about personal quarters. Dormitory is, as it sounds, just communal sleeping. So that's our dormitory. We'll clear the dirt out of there eventually, I'm sure. Now I'm going to build furniture. We're going to make some straw beds. You have to be careful with this because you have to balance how much straw you use for your beds versus how much you're going to need to feed your yaks before your wheat fields actually grow. So I'm only going to put down probably 6 beds. So they're 2 straw each. 6 beds takes 12. That leaves me 20 straw to feed these 2 yaks for... I don't know when our first harvest will be. Day 8 or day 9 maybe. So those are green lit. The crafter people are going to head over there and do that. Meanwhile, the rest of the population is busily getting all of our fields in as quickly as possible. And our next step is going to be to try and gather some resources. So, as I said, we were hoping we can find some stone not too far down under the surface. So we are going to create some more mining jobs. little bit more area cleared out there before we dig down to the next level. Alright, terrain. We're going to dig stairs down right out of the dirt. Gotta do 2 spots in between each one. Made it on to -2. Excellent. Now let's go down another level. That will put us on the -3. Found some clay, but we didn't really find any stone yet. It's okay, we can search around down here some. We are going to go to -4. Got a small area ready there as well. Is this old lady my miner? Oh, that's kind of scary. Wouldn't think she would be hale and hardy enough to take on this endeavor. But I shouldn't be prejudiced. Alright, let's expand out a little bit here. Race. Of course, he's going to win versus the older female. Let's see if we can find any stone at all over here. I shouldn't strike any water because we saw the bottom of the water was on -2. Hey, success! We found some lapis lazuli, some bright blue stone, with which our stone items will be made out of. We've only had to go down to -4, so we're still safe from most enemies. Outstanding. Now, what we will do in the meantime, we're going to create some stockpiles just to clean up this area a bit. Now, dirt and stone, 2 particular items that will stack up to 64 in each square. So we're going to call this dirt pile, and we're going to indicate what level it's on. It's a 0. And we'll have only dirt. We'll leave clay where it is, so we can use clay for some other interesting things later. So we'll do that. We're going to designate a stockpile. This one is going to be wood on 0. Collect logs right there. So hopefully all of these should get moved in there as long as there's room. So there may not be. I may need to expand that. So let's designate stockpile. And just like when dragging the pastures, if you start on a square, it'll just expand that entire pasture, or that entire area. So we've got that up. I'm going to go down to here and make a stockpile of stone. -4. Do our raw stone right there. That should get everybody hauling. We really want as much stone as we can to start out with, so let's mine out 25 more squares. Haven't hit any minerals yet, but that's okay. I think it's bedtime for these guys. Meanwhile, the rest of the people who haven't fallen down from exhaustion yet are going to head out here to collect things, including the soil all the way out there. They're trying to smartly arrange things. We'll just put these guys on double speed for a second and wait for them to all conceivably pass out. So they should be getting sleepy. It is midnight here in the first hay. Our wood pile is full, missing about 9 more spots. That's okay, we'll use what we have. I just want to get the area clean so we have a good empty slate to work with. You'll notice we've got some clippings hanging around here from when we cut some trees down. Now we mentioned earlier that's what we're going to use to create our groves of trees. So I am going to assign some tasks here. We're going to cut some more clippings. I'm going to clip off all of those pine trees. Oh, and apparently an orange tree. That's okay. After those are clipped, we're going to cut them down. You know what, we'll cut that orange tree down too because it's in the way. Alright, looks like we're getting sleepy. Time to head to the dormitory where at least 6 of us will be able to sleep. Thankfully the others appear to be continuing working all through the night. By the time they tire out, these guys might be back to work. Maybe. Otherwise they'll just flop down right where they are. Which is not a big deal, they just won't get as good a rest. What we got going on here? Yeah, it should be stone only. Looks like we're getting the dirt first. Alright, since Chugo here has successfully knocked all those down, we are going to designate a grove. Well, first I think we're going to have to put some ground in that's actually growable. You'll notice here we've got some clay. Nothing grows in clay, unfortunately. If we go to terrain and replace floor, we can take some actual arable dirt and make these more useful. Probably do the same with these spots. If we have any up here in the potential farmlands, we do. Let's replace all of those. And this will also dig up the clay so we can have it as a resource. I think that's enough for now. No clay on level 1. A little bit of clay on level 2. We'll just replace them while we're at it in one fell swoop. We can keep that little one, looks like a doormat there. And we did, in fact, run out of time. Not all of us were able to sleep in the wonderful dormitory that we made. That's okay, we'll let them sleep the day away, and we'll cut back when things pick up again. Alright, we've slept the day away, and now it's time to work. Well, at least for Kless, the crafter. He is rested and ready to go, in good health, and he's going to get out there and replace some of those floors. A couple of his friends are joining him. We've got another one that's going to continue moving our items back and forth down there. Until these get replaced, we're not going to be able to make our grove. So you see here it did kick up the clay. All our night owls are up and at it again. Let's make sure we got everybody active here. Kless has nothing to do. Now he could be building. I don't know why he's not. Plenty of jobs to have. And he could definitely be hauling. Clay, and there's some lapis lazuli. And it looks like now we're up and at them. We've got some green spots here, so they will be replacing those. Let's just take stock real quick and see how many cuttings we have available. So we can do a little bit of quick math. See, that'll be under goods, plants, clippings. See, we got 27 pine clippings and that random orange clipping. It's going to be the forefather of our orange groves. We got 27 pines though. So we can at least initially start with a 9x3. Right, so all that's replaced. Got dirt instead of clay. And designate an area as a grove. 3, 7, 8, 9. And then there were already some trees in there. We won't need to replant those. Let's just make this a 3x10. Or you know what? Let's go 4x9 instead then. We'll do 5x9. Make this the Pine Grove. You see we've got 13 trees already in there of our 45. I guess it kind of added it up for us. 13 that can be clipped. We know we've got 27 clippings already. So if we clip the ones that are already in there, that'll get us up to 40. And we'll have 40 over 45 trees planted. We've got this grove set to automatically plant new saplings, cut clippings off grown trees, and then chop them down for the wood, and then replant. So we're going to designate that. Those are going to get all cut down, or clipped rather. And then this entire area is going to get replanted with new wood. Snip, snip. Actually, we can probably designate, yeah, we can get 5 more clippings from down there, and we'll use that immediately to plant the rest of the grove. It's good to get this going early, because it does take a while for them to grow. But once they're in, we have almost a sustainable wood source. Meanwhile, while that's going on, we're going to set up a rudimentary workshop to start using some of our resources. And you do that by starting with a crude workbench. So we're going to get 2 of these. One there, and actually, yeah, we'll just go with 2. 2 crude workbenches. Crafters are going to grab those and then go grab one of each stone. And fill that guy up. You see they used our lapis lazuli. And we need this guy to start making some planks out of our pine logs so that we can utilize the wood for something better. Work up the tech tree to a chair or a workbench or a chisel. Which would be great. So we're going to start with some pine logs, turn them into planks. We're going to do 10 for now. That should be enough to get us a carpenter's workshop. And he will get to work on that. As soon as this one's up, we're going to do the same thing on here. And craft 10 more planks out of pine. We'll need that to make our stone cutters. guys down here are hard at work in the groves. And I'm also going to designate foraging from these apple trees and these orange trees. So we can go ahead and get them harvested so that they'll start growing back another crop for us. Wow, there are quite a few plants here. We're going to do that. It's going to be a lot of work, but it's important to get as much food as you can early on so that when the winter comes and none of your crops are growing, you won't starve. So we're going to designate that. I'm going to set the time to a flowing. What are you guys doing? Oh, you got nothing to do. Alright, well, Bintac. Yeah, we'll take a look at our professions real quick. Let's go to Gatherer. And let's set... Maybe we shouldn't have them doing masonry or carpentry. We'll have the other guys do those. Yep, and then our crafters will get to work, and these guys can get out in the fields and toil as they should. So we're going to let that run for a little bit, and on the next episode, we should have quite a bit of fruit, and be in a good spot to start working our way up towards some real workshops. So thanks for watching. This is TH Pharmacist. I'll see you later.